Okay, we're going to attempt chapter 19 again in the text, part D, fear of God. And we read verse 1 and we got super into it because we were very interesting people. And the memory and everything, really, the memory is what we're trying to get to. Which, if it's a memory, just to recap, it means that you already had it at least, but the key of this is that you already have it. You already have what we're looking for. You are what you seek for, kind of thing, is the message of the Spirit. You are what you seek for. And the message of the ego is seek but do not find. So it's very different. And one is trying to distract you and keep what you're looking for outside and keep the made up guilt that you have outside, pushing away, making things different and an enemy so that you can attack them, which solidifies the outsideness and solidifies your separateness. And the Holy Spirit is saying, hey, it's all the same. It's actually all you, and all these things that are outside of you they're not outside you. They're all inside you, including the idea of you. That's another thing that's inside you, which means this idea of you, the body, the personality, all the stuff, they're all just ideas that are spinning inside you in this majestic theater that you call your life. And the more clear reality is you're sitting in the theater watching it. And if you can remember that, well, all this serious stuff that you think is going to lead to death is just part of the show. And you can still play the game and do the script because that's what we're doing, but it's not as serious as you think. It's much lighter. And so play the game. I don't think we can't not play the game. It's hard not to. But we don't have to make it such a big deal.
Okay.
Verse 2.
Read.
Sure, can you?
Yes. Chapter 19, Obstacles to Peace, number 4. What is that? Chapter 19, something 4, letter D. The fourth obstacle, the fear of God.
Yeah.
Paragraph 2. The fourth obstacle to be surmounted hangs like a heavy veil before the face of Christ. Yet as his face rises beyond it, shining with joy because he is in his Father's love, peace will lightly brush the veil aside and run to meet him and to join with him at last. For this dark veil, which seems to make the face of Christ himself like to a leper's, and the bright rays of his Father's love that light his face with glory appear as streams of blood, fades in the blazing light beyond it when the fear of death is gone. This is the darkest veil, upheld by the belief in death and protected by its attraction. The dedication to death and to its sovereignty is but the solemn vow, the promise made in secret to the ego, never to lift this veil, not to approach it, nor even to suspect that it is there. This is the secret bargain made with the ego to keep what lies beyond the veil forever blotted out and unremembered. Here's your promise never to allow union to call you out of separation, the great amnesia in which the memory of God seems quite forgotten, the cleavage of yourself from you, the fear of God, the final step in your disassociation.
That's good.
Dissociation.
Yeah,
Sorry.
dissociation. Dissociation. There we go. Hard words here. This is opposite world. We're playing a game called opposite world. Everything that's good you're gonna call bad, and everything bad you're gonna call good. That's the game we're playing. Why in the world would we ever play that game? The reason we're playing that game is we're trying to keep the separation game going. And in order to be separate, which is the thing we actually cherish the most, is our specialness, our special separate thing. I'm Javon, and I'm separate from Layla, and Leopard's and Layla's separate from Kristen, Kristen's separate from Sue. We're all like separate, and we have separate ambitions. And when I get what I want, I have it, and you don't. And when you get what you want, you have it, and I don't. And I might be a little bit, and then I want that so bad. I want that separateness. And so to create that world where it's possible, I have to start drawing lines. And then as soon as I have lines between you and me, there's the ability to lose something. There's the ability for something to be taken. There's the ability to be attacked. There's the ability for this separate thing that I have set up to be deconstructed and have this thing called death. And what it's saying here is that we made a promise. And so the original promise that the ego made was, we're going to create a separate self, and then we're going to project. Uh, well, the Course talks about when we created the separate self, this idea that I could be different and separate and special. Then, because of that, I basically destroyed unity. Because unity, God, oneness, love, has no separate parts. It has no you and me. It's all one. And so if I can be separate, I have.
No. I don't know what happened.
Uh-oh, we lost Sue, and she's back. Sorry about that.
Was it just me?
Yeah, she's separate.
You're giving us an example.
She's great. She's such a giver. So when I did that, I basically, God is oneness. It's the same. I killed God, so to speak. I killed the oneness. And then I have this ultimate guilt of that. I took from God what was his, which is the oneness, because I wanted to be one and complete on my own. Now that ultimate guilt, now that I have of either killing God or taking from God, now I'm afraid that God's going to come and get it back. This special oneness that I have, that I cherish so much. And that is the original guilt. And so if you've ever studied the Enneagram, which we have done a little bit, or have you guys ever heard of the Enneagram, Kristen?
No, I haven't.
We've talked about it. So have you heard of that?
Yeah.
I have heard of it. I've resonated more with the Myers-Briggs, though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So the Enneagram talks about this inherent darkness that we all have, that we're trying to get away from. And so then we develop these 9 temperaments, and it's really just it's how we figured out how to deal with the darkness. And the darkness is like this guilt. And like when I've done these THC journeys where you just intentionally come together and smoke whatever cannabis it is, and then when I do it, it affects me like really strongly. Like I trip balls when I smoke cannabis, and hallucinate and all kinds of crazy stuff. And so for me, and this is one of the things that happens with hallucinogens, is people often face the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very common thing for hallucinogens, is you face the darkness at some point. And then people do these ayahuasca journeys, and at some point you face the darkness. That original darkness along this idea is that original separation that I made. And that original separation is guilt, that I killed the oneness. And I carry this guilt. And this common guilt that we all have is the thing that makes us all the same, one of the things that makes us all the same. And also, it's the one thing that we can overcome. Because when you go through the guilt, when you go through the darkness that is so terrifying, because when I've met the darkness, it's the most terrifying thing ever. Like it happened to me one time, and I didn't smoke cannabis, 40 years or whatever, or not 40, 20 something. I was just terrified of it. I'm like, it's so terrifying. And it is the most terrifying thing that we can ever go through. Why is that? Well, because on the other side of the darkness is God, is oneness.
Sounds like you need a heart opener.
So when I've gone through it and resisted it, not resisted it because I've done it since in controlled environments and journey type setting.
Yeah.
With cannabis, by the way, it's hilarious how I trip so much for that stuff. On the other side of the darkness is nothing but oneness. It's a beautiful euphoric experience, but it's the most terrifying thing I've ever done, the most terrifying experience I've ever had. On the other side of death, so to speak, is life, because death is just my idea of separation that I made to be special and separate. And it's my promise that I made myself that I'm going to make this separation, and then I'm never going to look at it again. I'm going to project it out there into the world, and I'm going to project my guilt onto other things and other people and feel bad or make them the bad thing so I can attack them and deal with my guilt, because now they're bad and not me. And I do that over and over and over and over and over again. That's why it's so easy for me to make things bad and to complain about them. That's why it's so easy for me to make other people different, aka bad, and now they're my enemy. Why are the Russians bad? Why are the Chinese bad? Why are other countries? Why is nationalism such a normal thing? I'm an American. Yeah, you're not an American. Oh, I got to be careful. It's this normal thing that we have, that we make different things bad, or there's just bad people in general. Why is somebody with a tattoo on their face scary? Or African Americans in general. There's this there are these things that are ingrained in our culture, that even if there's these psychological tests, that you have to say bad, good, and these different things pop up on the screen, and you have a fraction of a second to push the button, bad, good, bad, good, bad, good. And African Americans in particular, there'll be these pictures of just normal people, and by the color of their skin, people, even good-natured people, even people of the same race, for example, with African Americans, will push good slower when it comes up. Now, does that make them a bad person?
No, I would have pushed bad.
It doesn't make them bad. It just means we're ingrained, and we're programmed to have an enemy, and our particular culture has put a bunch of badness on particular races. It's just kind of it's just what happened. But that's what we do with everything. We want to put our badness somewhere else, and then we want to label it, and all the while so that we can cherish our goodness. And our goodness, it's the opposite world. Our goodness is in separation, that we can be separate and different. Why is it important? Because it's not true. That's the important part, is that it's not bad. The thing that's bad that's happening to us is not bad. It might be bad for the body, but we're not the body. And so as long as we can, as soon as we can start to see that the thing that makes us us can never be hurt, can never gain, can never lose, never was born, can never die, then can never take advantage of someone else, because there's nothing else to gain. Like, what can I gain from you? Well, the body can gain things, but what does my true self have to gain? Nothing. It can't. It's actually not a part of the world altogether. It's only then can you start to play and be a true human, really, a fully expanded human. And that's the kind of game like that Jesus was playing, the kind of game that Gandhi was playing. Gandhi would be like, no, we're not going to do that. I'm just not going to pass the resistance. And this little skinny Indian guy brought down the whole British Empire, because he played a really high-level game of non-resistance. And I'm not going to play the separation game. We're going to take your body. Oh, that's fine. It's like, what? How do you deal with that? There's no leverage anymore. All right, that was a lot. Anybody have anything they want to add?
I don't have anything much other than I know that one of my best friends has a cat. Her name is Isis.
Oh no.
Which means beautiful goddess in her language. But then when 9/11 happened, we started calling her Icy. And opposite of ISIS
Mm-hmm.
because we didn't want to walk around in public and be shamed that we're saying, oh my gosh, look at ISIS, she's getting so big now. And then it's like we in public change her name and say icy before the icy. We don't want to be shamed. Like, oh no. Same thing as that tattoo and all that stuff on the face. I've always been scared of people with tattoos on their faces.
Yeah.
But that's just how maybe we were just brought up or raised.
She goes to people with tattoos.
You say, what do you say? You go to people with tattoos?
No, I've always been scared of people.
Oh, scared.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's
just I always have.
That's normal. Yeah, I mean it's normal humans, at least that I've seen.
They can be beautiful people.
Oh yeah.
Right, you can learn from them. There's always something, and like I have learned that now. Like even though like I can get past the facial tattoos or looks, etc. Like because you're already projecting somebody on that person.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and on ourselves too. The person with the tattoo on their face
or neck.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! There's a tattoo on her neck.
Oh my gosh!
Then they they get rejected a few times, and now they're going into different environments, protecting themselves already from the past, all their rejections. And then me, with my judgment, see their resistance to engage. I'm like, well, that person's resisting. They're probably, stepping back and scoping out the place, because they look shady to me. Look at them, and then they see my glares, and then they're like, oh, whoa, look! I knew I was right to protect myself, and it starts this self-fulfilling dynamic for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
We're creating a world that doesn't exist, a world of dark gloom, enemies that are prone to attack, instead of a world of oneness and friends and sameness. And they both are real. That's the problem. They're very real to us, a real experience anyway.
Yeah.
So what do we do about that?
Well, you're always so good at giving examples. What are your stories, Leila?
What?
You're always so good at giving examples. Like, Jared and I this day, this
That's good right now. I don't have to complain. But I was thinking about my tattoos and why I got them. And I think, now that I think about it, and I don't know, I could be wrong, but I feel like I was such a crazy bitch that I feel like
crazy bitch.
I think I thought if I got tattoos, people would look at me as crazier than I actually am, and then the nice part of me would be seen instead of seeing me as nice and then being surprised that I'm mean.
They wouldn't be startled by the
like she looks like a tough, crazy bitch.
And then you show up like real nice and like, oh, this is better than I thought.
Yeah. I wonder if that's why I did all that.
Excellent plan.
I think it worked out for me.
Killing it. Yeah.
I don't have that many tattoos, but when I got that arm one, memento beer, because I was mentioned China with her Marie, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, you got a tattoo on your arm. I'm like, it's just on my arm. I want to finish it, but I gotta wait till next year.
Just get a sleeve.
Sleeve it.
I was thinking about getting something like that. I have a couple tattoos in mind that I've been wanting to get. We actually made a
put a cool tattoo on your head while you've got it shaved.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'll definitely really fit in with the HD crowd on me. Do that.
I feel like it's like when we before we built our church, they had us write a bunch of prayers on the inside pillars of the church.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That you know it's there, but you're never gonna see it again.
Yeah, you're never gonna see it again.
That's pretty cool.
That is a good idea.
That is awesome. Yeah.
This is we can come up with such great ideas.
I love where this is leading. Oh yeah.
I can relate to the whole trying to project a certain image so that you don't have people won't be surprised or whatever. I think that's probably why I got my Harley, because I want to,
Yeah.
I come up, yeah.
I
Yes,
have a Harley.
you
My
could be.
husband has a Harley.
You guys,
Oh, how cool.
bunch of bad
Yes.
bitches on this
We
call.
are bad bitches.
I have no clue. I can't send it. I'll send it in our text thread. He
They're
he
so
feels like
funny.
a different
I was
man
actually
when he's riding his Harley.
Yeah.
Like a macho
just saying
man.
to
Like I'm
Aaron
attached
Doty.
to you.
I know. This is we got some girls that have a Harley, shaved head, neck tattoos. Dang.
Yeah. Did I send you that
The
thing,
bad bitches.
Kristen, of Aaron Dowdy the other day, or did I not send that to you?
You did. I actually commented and
He did?
he said something. Yeah.
It's probably his team, right?
What is it?
That I didn't even open it up yet, but I was like, oh, that's really interesting. I kind of want to.
um,
I want to check that out, but I didn't open it up yet. That was just a couple days ago. So I've been in a whirlwind lately. So
yeah, it's a little.
I'll open it when I'm ready.
It's probably off topic to this, but it was about this girl that's like, I keep attracting like the same type of relationship, and he's like, okay, well, you know, what are you attracting? And she's like, I'm a fixer. I fix them, and he was basically explaining like, you know, if you're fixing them to receive love because it's like you want that for yourself. I don't know, this whole thing, and basically, he was like, if you don't do that, then what? And it came down to like her being a good girl, being a nice girl. Like her parents were like, if you don't talk back, if you do this, if you do that, then you're a nice girl. If you're not, then you're a bad girl.
Bad girl, yeah.
And so, kind of, you know, she was taught to be a nice girl. And I actually sent it to Charlie because she's been taught to be a nice girl. And I don't want her to be like that in relationships. And so she watched it. And so the next day she realized like she needs to own her bad bitch. I don't know. She got a tattoo of it the next day. Whatever you just said, bad boss bitch or something.
I love bad bitches.
Yes.
I know I got a problem. Go ahead, song.
Yeah. But it's cool because
Oh my gosh, I love that song.
I think when you go from like one extreme of like being nice all the time and then owning that bad, you know, and basically what he said is like when you start owning that bad bitch persona, it's very extreme because you don't know how to be in the middle yet.
Mhm.
And so he like when somebody says, yeah, right, exactly,
Not authentic yet.
exactly,
Step for finding your authenticity.
yeah. And so I guess what I was gonna say is like, because he was like, if somebody asks you to go to a party and you don't want to go, and you're gonna be like, fuck no, why do you keep asking me those, you know? And he's like, but eventually you'll find your in between.
Yeah.
And I think for me it was the opposite. I was not a nice girl, and so I lost a lot of friends in my early 20s because of it. So I was like, I need to be nice. And then I think I was like so overly nice that I was the person that like I was nice, and then I would like blow up on people. I'm learning to find that middle.
That in between is the difference between goodness and nice. So nice people are engaging in secret selfish behavior.
Yeah, and then kind is
kind and good are
genuinely
different, right?
Yeah.
So you can the great thing about the people who look crazy is they're really putting out there just exactly what
genuine.
Yeah. Well, you never really know, to be honest. You don't know.
Yeah.
But at least they're not trying to appear nice.
Right.
Because appering nice.
Faking it.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like what is someone that is trying to be nice? Well, it's trying to get you to it's trying to evoke a particular reaction from you so that they can feel better about themselves. I'm gonna be like, hi, how are you doing today? Oh, my life's so great. Oh, you look so pretty. You know, like that kind of thing that isn't sincere.
Yeah.
It's so that you can say hi. Oh yeah, it's so nice to be with you, and that's what they want. You know, it's they want.
But you don't want to be with them.
But yeah, how much of it is fake? How much of it is a big thing that you don't feel back? You know, it's like evoked. It's pulled from you. It's that drives me crazy. Now, whatever, we're all trying to be happy. It's fine. But nice to me does not feel good most of the time. It seems conjured. It seems manipulative, really, is what it feels like a lot of times. Some people are honestly nice, and some people are stuck in that nice game. They don't even know they're doing it, and God bless them. Religiosity gets people stuck in that mode a lot of times, where it's inappropriate to be anything but nice. There's they're like beautiful people, and like Mormon cultures, for example, really are sweet people, but they're in a culture where they're not allowed to be anything but that, for example. And it's unheard of to be sincere if it's considered not nice. It's just unacceptable. And that's a lot of pressure and a lot of stress that they carry around within.
Yeah. For sure.
True.
So here's the point of this whole thing, because
Back to that.
we're out of time, is that we don't have to celebrate. We don't have to be dedicated to death. And death is the thing that we all are cherishing, because we're cherishing our separateness, our separate specialness. And if we are looking for differences in others and looking for the ways that we can be attacked, that's what we're doing. And so practically speaking, if we can just look for sameness instead of difference, the quality of our life improves. It just feels better to see sameness. The tattoo person is just like me. They want to be happy. They're doing the best they can.
I was trying to explain that, if you don't mind. Sorry, I do
Yeah.
have an example for this.
Yeah.
My 13-year-old is in a class where they're doing a group project, and they're always in like the same group. And I was like, well, can you switch groups? She says, Mom, we're in the same group. So there's this one girl in her group who is like flirting with the boys, doesn't do a lot of the work. And I'm trying to explain to her how to see your group as one. And I'm having a hard time. Like, we are one. I don't know how to explain that to her, where like she's so caught up in I'm doing more work than her.
Yeah.
I try to explain, like, hey, don't compare yourself to her, like compare yourself to you from yesterday, blah blah blah, that whole thing. She's gonna suck at life later. Like, yeah,
She'll get hers.
There was like so many different routes. Like, she's gonna get fired from her job.
That's
like,
right.
But in this moment, it's
We
just
went through that.
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to explain to your kid, like, we are all one. Like, don't be so upset at her.
Well, as a parent, here's the tricky part. As a parent, people think being a parent, you're supposed to have your kids get it, but here we are, freaking adults, and we don't get it yet. And so it's actually not your job to have your parents get it. It's your job to have yourself, your own grown self, see similarities.
Okay.
And it's your job to love your kids when they're messing up. And that's like the most beautiful thing that could ever happen. I mean, I didn't have it growing up to have an environment where I can be crazy and be fully accepted. Did not have that in the slightest. And so, can I see sameness? Can I see my flailing daughter and be like, oh, that's just like me. It's gonna be okay. Do the best you can. You know what? They're just like you. They're just like you. They're just trying to be happy. I mean, that's enough to live a whole life by. Just that saying. And then if I can have her be okay flailing, then now I can have me be okay, be flailing. Because there's a good possibility the Layla personality isn't going to get over her issues. And there's a good possibility the Javon personality isn't going to get over my issues, my scarcity issues and my chronic performance to be accepted and loved because I think I'm unlovable, or all these weird things that the personality holds on to. But what if I'm not that personality and I can just let things be okay and be like, wow, there I go again. There she goes. It was trying to be happy. You know what? I'm trying to be happy. Oh my gosh, you're just like me. And then you can, it's like having this conversation in this time versus having the conversation with the person you're fighting with. And for some reason, when we have it here, it's light and it's funny.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, you won't believe what happened again. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Go on, tell me more. It's like a fun conversation. Wow, that's so horrible. What else? And then we're into it. But when it's happening with the person you're fighting with, it's like, I need it to stop.
Yeah.
Why? Well, because when I'm fighting with the person, I'm resisting. And when I'm talking to my friends about the same thing, I'm open-hearted,
Mm.
and it's okay. And everything is fine being messy. And it's like an interesting conversation that's not me.
Yeah.
But when I'm in it with somebody else, now I'm being attacked.
Mm-hmm.
So the reality is, I'm not it. My daughter, my sons, they're not me. My spouse, it's not me. My marriage, it's not me. My body, it's not me. My personality, it's not me. I could actually have all of this mess be not me and be like, wow, that is so interesting. Tell me more. It can happen with all of it.
Yeah.
Not easy.
I'm too overprotective to just let it go, so I'm gonna let her know what you said. But I think of what you said, it was good. Where
Well,
it's like she's just trying
do
to be
it.
happy, like you are.
Do what you want to do. Just remember, you can do it a little more lightheartedly.
Yeah.
The more you can keep on doing it, be a good parent. Try to help them out.
Mm-hmm.
But the more you aren't dependent on a particular outcome happening, the happier and easier it's going to be for you while you do it.
For sure. Yeah. I had a conversation with her and just told her, like, hey, I'm going to make some suggestions if you want them. But I said I can't, because I was feeling the emotions all the time. I was like, I'm not going to be checking in with you all the time and on these topics. Like, take it or leave it. That's what I said. And she said, she actually thanked me. She was like, thanks, Mom.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're giving her space to like just go through her thing and letting her know that you're there. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have that.
I know, it's funny because I was so controlling and I was like, we need to fix this.
Yeah, most of us have been doing a much better job than how we grew up, and there's a lot to celebrate about that.
Yeah.
No matter how much we judge ourselves.
For sure. Okay.
All right. Well, good job, bad bitches. I love you all.
Should we call our group Bad Bitches?
The Bad Bitches.
The baddest bitches.
Hey, you know what? Para is Spanish for female dog, and so, I'm part of the Bad Bitches.
He's the Bad Bitch leader.
I'm Mr. Bad Bitch.
Para, yeah. Right?
That's right.
Cool. I love it. Thanks, guys.
Let's get it.
All right.
All right, ladies. See ya.
Monday.
Okay.